Godain. Hey everyone, it's Eric. It's time for the Icelandic thing of the day. And I thought that the last couple of videos have been rather long and full of intricate grammar and all sorts of things like that. So I thought I would just do this short video about practical phrases, or at least the three phrases that I say constantly every day while I'm in Iceland. So, the idea of learning Icelandic is to be able to function in Iceland, which of course most people speak English and will just switch over to English immediately if they suspect you are from out of the country, which is both good in that they speak pretty much flawless English and you can do whatever it is you were wanting to do. And bad because it's really awkward to be like, could you keep going in Icelandic? This would be way better if this were harder on everyone. But I have run into a few places that really appreciated or seemed to be impressed at least with my willingness to try and engage in conversation in Icelandic. And I've done okay in a couple of places. And most of that, I think, is through my prodigious use of these three phrases. First is tak, which is just thanks. So one thing that is interesting from an English speaker's perspective is that most things that end with the NK sound, think, drink, all of those sorts of things, they end up having just a KK in Icelandic. So thanks, thank you becomes tak or thak, depending on the phrase. There's also words like thekja, which is like think, but actually means to know, so you can't always completely trust it, but dreka is drink, so tak, I just say tak all the time, for things that really are not things to thank, but it just helps me seem apologetic, I think. Speaking of being apologetic, fyrirgefðu, which is forgive me. There's no, as I've mentioned before, there's no word for please in Icelandic. And this isn't quite I'm sorry, or it's something like excuse me or forgive me. But again, I say this constantly. And finally, this is the one that's been most useful for me in actually learning how to speak and converse in Icelandic. Is Ég að læra Íslensku, which means I am studying Icelandic. Generally speaking, if you start a conversation with a set phrase like Ég ætla að fá, I'm gonna get, when you want to buy something, and then they assume you know Icelandic and start speaking really fast and you can't keep up, you can say fyrirgefðu, ég að læra Íslensku, and then just look pitiful and frustrated, and usually they will be happy to slow down and try and let you at least have a shot at continuing the conversation in Icelandic. If you don't, then they will just switch into their perfect freaking English, and you'll get everything done much quicker and feel vaguely dissatisfied because of it. So, that's the Icelandic thing of the day. Sjáumst.